The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. I think he missed the complete that. He's crazy.
The side Freitas is on the grass on the infield for 4. He slides through. He tags Richard.
The city motto for New Smyrna Beach is Cygnus Inter Anatus, which is Latin for a swan among ducks. With J.R. Shepherd having clinched his 3rd championship in 4 seasons, and with no intent to demean the competition by depicting them as short-necked waterfowl, that slogan does seem appropriate as the Lawrence Towing Outlaw Modified Series comes to New Smyrna Raceway for what they are calling the 100. And all the SK Modified action can be seen live as it happens here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. From the Gator State, hello and welcome to this very special 100th edition of a Bootleg Racing League GSRC broadcast. It's yours truly, Bill Soup Zahn, along with Sean Crackers Ambrose, high up in the press box to bring you our Word's Eye view. In the production van is the hardest working man in sim racing broadcasting, the one and only Joe Peak, and the Ansel Adams of iRacing Dougie Beard is the camera guru. As cyberspace flows into your place over the next 15 streaming award-worthy minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines, all the stats and facts you'll need to appreciate the 100 laps of simulated SK modified high-banked short track racing that will immediately follow. Sean, Florida is the flattest state in the nation, but that didn't deter the track builders from piling up the banking here a little steep.
Well, Soup, you know, a guy named Benny Corbin built this track back in 1964, 0.48 miles with 23 degrees of banking. New Smyrna is where modified drivers kick the season off every year. Down there for speed weeks, during that 2 weeks when they're getting ready for the Daytona 500, New Smyrna is a very, very busy place. They run every night. I think it's about 10 nights in a row. They actually have a racing program there leading up to Daytona, and some of the greats have raced in a modified at New Smyrna. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Juan Pablo Montoya's turned a couple laps there, Soup. But I'll tell you what, the best way to take a lap around this track is from the inside of the GSRC Modified. Let's take a ride around.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. My name is Brian Yazek and I'm going to be taking you for a spin around New Smyrna Raceway in the GSRC SK Modified. Turn 1 has a heck of a lot of banking into it. Dive it down, find that yellow line, watch the bumps. The other thing you're going to be paying attention for, as you see right there out of Turn 2, it's very, very slick with the way that the track falls away. Same situation down into 3 and 4. Find the yellow line, come back up. There's a little bump out of Turn 4 that might upset the car just a bit. If you have another one on the outside of you, diving back into Turn 2 again, bringing it right all the way out to this wall. Make sure that you don't hit it because it comes out in a way that you don't expect it to. Coming around once again, turn 4, find the yellow line. You're going to have to be careful on corner exits. You'll see right here, it could sneak away from you and you can find yourself facing the inside wall in a heartbeat. Turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are pretty much the same scenario. This track has a lot of banking for a short track. It means it's going to put on a heck of a show today. And this is where we're going to wrap it up. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time underneath the start-finish line. And that completes your track guide to New Smyrna Raceway.
There's a recorded lap around New Smyrna, but to get an idea of what the track is like right now, let's talk to a driver ready to go racing. Sean, who you got?
I got Hotfoot Phil Temples in the room with us, Soup. You've been burning it down the past couple weeks. What's going on here, Philip?
Just got her dialed in, man. I mean, it's we're clicking on all cylinders.
Did adding the bacon to the car, did that help? Because I noticed you got this new Piggly Wiggly sponsor on the number 19 SK Modified.
Oh yeah, it helped quite a bit. They put in a little bit of money, but we got some big things in the work for next year, so we might see a little bit different for it out there.
All right, so Phil, let's get to the racing real quick because I know you need to get back. How's the track feel tonight? What are we looking at?
Track feels pretty good. It's a little bit loose on entry, a little bit loose off, tight in the center, but it'll be I think it'll be a good race. Seems like there's an outside groove.
Well, you seem to have had it dialed in tonight in the street stock and in the truck. Congratulations on both of those wins. And like I said, you've been pretty hot here lately, and hopefully that transpires into a victory this evening here for you in the Modifieds.
Man, I sure hope so. We'd like to talk to you in Victory Lane a little bit later on tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, we're going to let you get back to the car. I certainly hope we get a chance to talk at you then. Good luck, my friend.
Thanks. You guys have a good one.
All right, Soup. And that was Phil Temples, driver number 19 SK Modified. And that interview was brought to you by Lawrence Towing. They service Indianapolis and the surrounding areas. Contact them at 317-972-9651. And remember, if you find yourself in need of a tow, Lawrence Towing is the way to go.
There you go. We're pulling out all the stops for a one-handed broadcast here. Good. You know, Crackers, one driver who's not going to need a tow, and that was the last round winner, J.R. Shepard.
Yeah, JR, and you see him there burning donuts in the middle of that track there at Lanier last week. JR, he had one of his classic races. He got out front and was not to be challenged once he did. He had to do a little bit of work to get there, but a great race for him last week. But let's look at the season standings and take a look at where we're at heading into tonight. And you know what? There's no big secret here. JR clinched it last week. He's going to be your champion at the end of the evening. But let's look at the battle just behind him, because Donnie Moore sits there in second. Matt LaVenture is not going to be here tonight. And what Lowell Jewell needs is a really solid run to make up those points and possibly get to a top 3 in the points this season. Oh, but wait. There's that guy named Philip Temples who we just talked to that sits there 7 points behind Lowell Jewell. A win, a little bad luck for Lowell this evening would go a long way for Phil Temples to try and get himself up into that second or third spot there behind Donnie Moore. So a little bit on tap with those standings this evening, and then we could see some position change. Without Matt being here, very good chance we're going to see those positions change there in the top 3.
And okay, Crackers, we've introduced the track and we've talked to a driver. We've reviewed the point standings and we've even spoke a little bit of Latin here. So with that in mind, how about we now take a quick look at what they call in old Italy back there, Certamente Veratis.
All right, buddy, let's do it. This is the iRacing SK Modified. It's a great car, and it's awful fast at New Smyrna. It's the iRacing fixed setup. Everybody has the same car to deal with. How you get around this track is up to you. That will be inverting the top 10 from last week's finish. First place will start 10th. 10th place will be on the pole. Now, tonight's lap is 100 laps. It's actually about 48 miles. Not quite 50 because it's a 0.48 mile track. One fast repair if you need it. You'll start with 100% fuel. You'll have no reason to get any of that if you do come into the pits, you can't take any tires. If you do take tires and you haven't learned how to control your pit crew there, you'll have to sit out the rest. Now, the incident cap, there isn't, but there is a race review team that looks at all these races, and if they have any problems, they'll take care of it. So, restarts, the double file, Lucky Dog is in play. And the weather here today, this evening, for this season finale, 85 degrees, partly cloudy, and 86 degrees on track soup. A little bit of wind, about 5 miles an hour. What that means, great conditions for racing under the moonlit sky.
You know, over the 99 previous races that we've covered here in the Bootleg series, many of those races, they took away that double file restart, Sean, and they went single file just to keep things a little more organized, maybe a little less yellow flags coming out. Once they brought back double file restarts, that has really changed the complexion of these races, and man, they are exciting.
Yes, sir, they are, buddy. And you know what, Dave? Lowell and Matt, who's chiefly responsible for administering the league, they've done a good job over the years of making adjustments that they thought would produce better racing. And when a move hasn't worked, they haven't really hesitated to go back and correct that. So a lot of work done here behind the scenes, and they do a lot of racing every week here in the Bootleg Racing League. You don't just get the SK Modifieds. A lot going on. In fact, they've got something new coming for the fall.
Yeah, I see that Friday. What's the Friday schedule going to be like? We're not going to cover it on GSRC, but they're going to be racing as a series. What are they doing?
Yeah, well, you know what? They're bringing the Grand Nationals back in the fall, and they're going to run those on Friday nights. It'll be the Bootleg Racing League Grand National Series, making its return on October 20th. Now, they've put some details on their website. You can go to bootlegracingleague.com. Get that information there, but it'll be a winter series, it'll be an invitational, run October through March. Get signed up with the Bootleg Racing League, and you'll get your chance to do some racing on Friday nights.
Okay, so Crackers, do you have your GSRC commentator's handbook there with you like you're supposed to?
I got it right here on the desk, man. Never leaves my side.
Do me a favor, turn to page 19, and would you read the viewers what the first line is there of section 4 in the handbook?
Okay.
Find the page.
I'm there. Okay. Whenever possible, commentators should try to create an air of drama in the broadcast.
All right, well, we got our work cut out for us today, ladies and gentlemen, as we already know who the champion's going to be. And Sean, that, of course, is J.R. Shepard. And then what is so often the case when a series closes out to the final race here, we have a really small field tonight. So we got our work cut out for it when it comes to storylines tonight.
Now, you know what? I got several notes from Epstein's mom, and guys have been given the Shinoskis are out for the rest of the season. Probably not going to be back until the end of the summer, actually. Matt LaVenture could not make it tonight. Got called away to work this evening. Just left for work about 20 minutes ago, so he's out. So you've got the Shinoskis gone, LaVenture gone. I don't know what happened to Lucas Stinziano. He raced earlier. I told him to get on over here last week. We wanted to see him tonight, so I don't know where he's at. The internet may have closed already down there in Hispano-America. I don't know. But the field's going to be a little light tonight. That's okay, because this one is all about the guys that are here and racing in the 100. This is the 100th broadcast in the Bootleg Racing League. Soup, you were here with me for number 1.
That's right.
And, what you're seeing on screen there now is a small representation of what has been a really, really good and long association.
What are we looking at there? Are those finishes? What is going on there?
Yes, those would be, they're actually 99 finishes there.
99 different finishes.
Yeah, and there's a 100th, just kind of an extra photo. I think I put some fireworks in there or something like that.
Oh, the GSRC, the graphics guys have really been going to work there on that one. Well, that's very nice. Sean, I was with you for that first broadcast. Who would have known that here we are again together, 99 broadcasts later, for the 100th edition of the Bootleg Racing League.
Yeah.
Lawrence Towing. What a great series, huh?
Yeah, the Lawrence Towing Outlaw Modified series has been great. Now, Lawrence Towing hasn't been with them since the beginning, but
no.
I can tell you they've been a the time they've spent here. They have been a solid sponsor. So great to be associated with them and call these races under their banner. They've been wonderful to work with and a great sponsor to the Bootleg Racing League.
And as we're just about ready to call the grid, not that anyone cares, but this is the only series that I do not do my traditional catchphrase of gather up the chickens, take cover behind the cows. The first line I used 99 races ago was, well, you hear it a little bit later, and I've stuck with it for these guys. So it makes this one a little special for me as well. We got 8 drivers here today, and let's bring them up. Usually we do this in groups of 10, but that means Sean wouldn't have anything to do. So let's take them a row at a time here, Sean. I'll take the front row. Look who it is. It's 3-time champion up there on the pole position, Donnie Moore, inside of David Loomis.
All right, then you're going to have Lowell Jewell, Philip Temples on row 2.
Temples, our pre-race interview. Then the man who will get crowned his 3rd time here, and that's J.R. Shepard, starting in the 5th position inside of Brandon Barden.
Okay, here we go. Row 4, Jeff Sharp, Kurt Smith, and that's it. That's your field tonight. 8 SK Modifieds, angry SK Modifieds here for Soup. The finale, the big finale tonight.
That's all you need. All you need are really 2 cars to have a good race, so we'll see how that plays out. I would think very exciting though with 8 cars here. The conclusion of the Spring Series in 2017. Pace car working their way around. Track with Sean with the high banking here, relatively high banking for some of the tracks we've seen. How do you think tires are going to wear?
Soup, I think tires actually will fall off probably in the last 20 laps if you're not taking care of them just a little bit. You gotta be kind to the tires because they will give up on you if you press too hard early. Now with 8 cars on track, maybe you don't have to press too hard, but those at the back will be pressing. J.R. Shepard, Philip Temples, watch out. They will be coming through the field quick. But again, here we go.
Pace car is in. Chug-a-lug, makes you want to holler, hi-da-ho. The Lawrence Towing SK Modified Outlaw Series is underway, and Donnie Moore, 3-time champion, looking to close out the 2017 Spring Series with a win. He's going to lead them lap number 1. David Loomis, Philip Temples, round out your top 3.
Boy, Donnie Moore off to a great jump, great start. J.R. Shepard laying back right now, sitting there behind Lowell Jewell.
Kurt Smith qualified, was sitting up there a little bit farther up. Boy, he had a bad run through corner number 1 and 2, and he's fallen way back. I'm sorry, that's Brian Barton. That's fallen way back to the last spot.
Philip Temples up here up front, got a run on David Loomis, almost made contact with him. He's still running at him. They get down into turn 3 and out of 4. Philip Temples putting the pressure on David Loomis.
Temples in that blue and white number 19 gives a little tap there to the left rear of the 91 car of David Loomis. Everything is good. Lowell Jewell in the number 5 back there watching the whole thing happen in 4th. Look at that 98 cut underneath. That's J.R. Shepard. Man, how does he get that car to turn down? I thought he really had a run there on Jewell that time. Uh-oh. Oh,
Loomis gets tight there in the turn, out of turn 2.
Right in front of Temples, this the nose bit and the rear end started to come around here, Sean.
Yeah, looks like I said, looks like he might have gotten a little tight there, but you see it come around, and he saves it in the grass. Really, really good job by Loomis hanging onto it and keeping it off the wall and keeping the green flag out.
Help me understand how that happens, because whenever I race here, of course, I have no skill level at all. It always seems to push for me. Is that just a matter of maybe getting on the brake there? He wouldn't be braking in the middle. Why would that car bite like that and get around on him?
You know, actually, it's the transition from the banking. I think he was in that transition spot. The wheel caught it, and that made the rear end come around there.
So with he falling out of the way, that puts Donnie Moore out in front. He was there before. Now, Philip Temples inherits 2nd position. Lowell Jewell, of course, everybody else moves up a spot. Into 3rd, J.R. Shepard. Look at that Shepard in that 98 machine. He's looking to try to get there. It is fun to watch these guys work. Uh-oh, Jewel is high. I think he's opened the door, but oh, Shepard gets a little loose as well.
Yeah, JR has to get out of it there and on board with him, obviously. Don't worry, JR's fine. He's still got good pace here. It's way early, only 10 laps in the books.
Right on board with Sean. He is not only the championship here in this series, he had quite a season, didn't he?
Yeah, wasn't bad. He's your street stock champion and your truck champion here, your Saturday night champ in the Bootleg Racing League. J.R. Shepard has been the man once again here in the Bootleg Racing League, Season 2, and we'll celebrate with him just a little bit when we wrap this thing up. Right now, best he can do is just to follow Lowell Jewell. Hasn't made an extreme move on him yet. Looks to be just being patient here at this point. JR knows he's got a lot of time left to get this done. Oh boy, and he clips the wall coming up to 2.
Boy, he got it, and then those right side tires started to ride up the wall.
Yeah, he hit it pretty hard, actually. But, we've seen him do that before, and it seems to never really affect him. He still finds his way to the front and wins these races, Sue.
Well, just skinnying up the car a little bit so he can get it to squeeze underneath Lowell, I think, is what he's trying to do. They're working now lap number 15 of 100. Donnie Moore still out in front. Starting to come in, Philip Temples. Temples would like to get a little bit closer so maybe he could pressure more, make him use up a little bit of his stuff right now. Another car, heard another bang, but I guess everything's okay.
Yeah, Phil's back there digging now. He just turned the fastest lap that last time around. He's a little bit faster than Donnie, starting to make his way up. There's JR on screen behind Lowell, trying to find a way to get around. He's hunting. He's searching.
Oh, he's got a good drive off it this time. Now he tucks it down. Can he keep it on the low side? And can he get a bite? Oh, man, look at the car stick. Bang it into the wall. Doesn't matter as J.R. Shepard. Man, oh, man. Sean, big setups. If you didn't know better, you would say he's got something else under the hood there.
No, he's just got a pretty good style of driving, Soup. It's incredible. His exit off is just cleaner than Lowell. He was able to pass him with ease there. Now, I got to be honest with you, it's going to be a little tough for him here to catch Phil and Donnie. They've gotten off to a good run, and they're awful fast right now, but J.R. Shepard knocks down a 17.9. Everybody else running 18s right now, so Phil and Donnie got to watch out. J.R. is on the attack.
0.7 of a second, the interval between Temples in second and back to J.R. Shepard. And once Shepard was able to get around Jewell, he's beginning to leave him behind. In fact, Lowell started to, in his mirrors, getting a mirror full of Jeff Sharp.
Well, you know what, Soup? 8 cars means we may not see a caution flag unless somebody gets out of shape. One of the things we see week in and week out with the Bootleg Racing League is, well, these guys know how to get along with each other on track, and we don't see, just erroneous wrecking for no reason. And with 8 cars, I got a feeling we could run this one out. How would that be to get your 100th broadcast without a caution flag? It'd be pretty cool.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm a little disappointed that Chris Scala, though, isn't here, because if I would have known, I would have asked for permission to race in here. Would have been nice for me to pick up a top 10 finish on the 100 broadcast on GSRC.
Yeah, and not only do you have much experience as a broadcaster with the Bootleg Racing League, you've been on this track, and we've called the old Rainier Beer SK Modified in a couple of these races.
Just to correct you, it was the Hams machine there.
Hams Beer, that's right. Hams Beer, that's right. Sorry, buddy.
From the land of sky blue water.
Yes.
And we're looking back there. This continues the battle up front, and now he is really getting on him.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Philly. And I still had Phil in the Piggly Wiggly car, and I got everything updated and take a look around, and I see that he switched the.
There it is. Cialis Bathtubs now. They're working lap number 26. Temple's got underneath him, but look at the drive that Moore will get off the top. You know, you don't become a 3-time champion without knowing how to race on the outside line. They continue to race side by side, and now we have a new leader. Give it to Philip Temples, and this has let J.R. Shepherd try to get down in there. Old J.R. trying to poke his nose in for second place.
And JR did get up there pretty quick, didn't he? I talked about him maybe struggling to get there. He's there, and now he's setting up Donnie Moore for a move. Philly able to get off to a little bit of a break here.
But everybody knows that Mama Shepherd called him JR, short for junk rubber, and when those tires start to wear out, that's when JR Shepherd becomes really fast. He tucks down in, puts those left side tires right on the yellow line, and now he's all over the back of Donnie Moore, a pair of 3-time champions going at it. You see that Kurt Smith is as missing. Did we have somebody?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to... Oh, and Donnie's around, coming out of turn 4. There's that caution flag, Soup. Oh, no. I think maybe he had a little bit of help. Let's look at the replay here. He was racing close here with J.R. Shepherd. We're on board with him. There's Donnie up to the outside in the 26 Irwin Tools. SK modified. Donnie in his line. J.R. in his.
Kind of a he said. You came down on me. You pushed up into me.
Exactly, Sue. Well said. Exactly. You make the call, viewers.
Kurt Smith is back out on the track. He is 2 laps down. Might get the waiver out. So we have our first yellow flag at lap 29. Philip Temples is our leader.
Philip Temples is our leader. JR is now up to second. Jeff Sharp sits in third after that spin for Donnie. You know, Soup, I was thinking the other day when I was prepping for this this broadcast about some of the great people that have been involved with these broadcasts over the last 99, now in the 100. Of course, you and I started it. Some guy named Evan Pasoko, an old friend of ours.
The great voice, yeah.
Yeah, he was on this broadcast for, I think he wound up doing like 2 or 3 seasons, maybe 2 seasons. Loved working with Evan. James Carula came and worked over here, still does, fills in every now and then. We always love having James on. Brian Yazik's gotten a piece of this a couple times. Of course, Chris Scala joining the broadcast here a couple of seasons ago, and I took a run at the lead chair myself for a few seasons, and it's been a blast along the way. But for everyone, Joe, Amjad, Dougie Beard, Kevin Brown, who used to be a director with us and old friend of ours, for everyone who's been a part of this, Sam Ryman. I'm sorry, I forgot to throw Sam in there. Sam's filled in, done 1 or 2 of these with us too. But for everybody that's been a part of these over the previous 99 and now tonight 100, can't thank you enough. It's been a blast here in the Bootleg Racing League, and we're looking forward to Season 3 coming up, and we're going to have a new track in Season 3. Soup, we're going to run Myrtle Beach, the new track on the iRacing service.
And Sean, as much as I enjoy being here with you, and I take pride in the work that I do, I listen to this broadcast, and I really think that Scala-Ambrose combination that you guys put on, some of the broadcasts you do, my jaw drops at how professional and just how entertaining it is, and a really good job you do. And you've been around for a lot of them, for most of them.
Yeah, for most of them. I certainly didn't count exactly how many I've been on, but I have been here since the beginning, and it's been a blast. And our director's actually reminding me of Dawson Brock. Now, never say die. Dawson Brock has been on this one a few times, but Soup, let's get away from that. Let's get back to the racing, because, buddy, they're heading into turn 3, about to cut them loose once again.
Now, the good news for Philip Temples is his big rival, J.R. Shepherd's caught on the high side. It's all about odd and even here. I think Shepherd actually lays off a bit so that he can tuck back in underneath Temples right there. Either that or he got a little bit sleepy on that one, but I think J.R. is going to be happy to get their look of the drive. He gets off a 2, though. He's going to try to get it done on this first green flag lap. He dips it down underneath. Temples leaves him room. That lane is open. Temples staying on the high side. Shepard trying to duck in. Now look back behind. This is Sharp. Sharp had already gotten around Lowell Jewell. Lowell Jewell fighting back now. Donnie Moore has dropped back into 5th position as he got stuck on the outside line. Jewell making hay there, up to 3rd spot.
Yeah, and Jewell needs a good finish here. Okay, again, this is a great opportunity for him without Matt LaVenture being here. But boy, up front, Phil Temples is running, baby. He's hooked up, looking good. Got that car running just above that line.
Donnie Moore getting his nose underneath the Sharp, trying to get that 4th position spot. He would like to get the pass made without losing too much time doing it. Loomis, Barden, and Smith round out the drivers still racing. All that going on. Meanwhile, Shepard in the familiar number 98 machine trying to see if he can get under Temples. Boy, look, Sean, at the line that Shepard, even though he's not able to get it done, look at how shallow he can come off these corners and still keep the speed up.
Getting great bite, just like that time off of turn 4.
He's he kind of diamonds the corner almost. He gets that late, that hit the apex late, and he's able to cut down in. Here's another good look at this as he keeps it down tight. Not going to get it done though.
You know, Phil Temple's been here for a long time, and I just, over the past several weeks, it just seems like something's clicked for that team. I'm not quite sure what it is. Can't put my finger on it. Even in the interview, he was a little secretive in talking about things to come, but he is hooked up, and right now he's just flat out running J.R. Shepard. I don't want to put any bad karma on him, but that's what he's doing. And J.R. back there struggling a little bit, just got a piece of the wall coming out of turn 2.
The car that has come alive is the number 5, and that is Lowell Jewell. All of a sudden, that guy has found some pace. Remember, we saw him drop back early. You know, we've seen Jewell do this a lot. He kind of is a tortoise in the hare type guy. He'll sandbag a little bit, save his stuff for the end.
Yeah, Lowell's not stupid. He knows how to take care of this SK Modified, and he's sitting in a really, really good spot right now. Again, this is a big point steal for Lowell. He's had a great season, been consistent. The wins have avoided him, but you know what? It doesn't always... Oh, JR loose! Woohoo! Woohoo is right.
Not the fastest way around, but it's fun to watch. Up, we got a spinner. Donnie Moore just got tagged by... No, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad. Replay went back to the wrong spot.
It did, didn't it?
Yep.
Same thing for me.
I heard the crash, and we have a little button we can take that takes us back to the last incident. And I said, wait a minute, I saw that before.
Let's talk about the incident on track right now. Phil Temples, from out of nowhere. Well, actually from out of Florida. Florida's not nowhere. His home state defending his home track. Philip Temples, your leader. Just about to hit the halfway point here, Sue.
Wire-to-wire victories are commonplace here in this series. That doesn't mean it's not exciting racing, but the passing is so tough. And there's so much respect between these drivers that they're very hesitant to give each other the chrome horn. They can't get it done. And one of the things, Sean, that we didn't really have much time to talk about is the inverted grid from the previous race. You kind of know if you're not going to be able to make the pass now, at least you're going to get gridded ahead of the guy when you come back and race him next week.
Right. Yeah, you'll get a chance in the next week. But, Soup, you know, one of the things that I'm noticing here on track is the lack of cars here tonight has made it really, really hard to get rubber down in what we would think would be a second groove. There really is only one groove right now, and it's starting to rubber in just a bit. JR has really been the only one that's been able to make that very, very low line off the turn work. Philip Temple's up here up front, kind of running just below the center line of the track, and he's made that work. He's played good defense from there. JR starting to catch him now, just a little bit though.
You get the idea that JR is fast. Remember, he dropped back about 8 or 9, well, I exaggerate, 5 or 6 car lengths after he did that little squiggly loose coming out of 4. He was able to run him back down. In fact, he's left Lowell Jewell behind, who is now under pressure from Donnie Moore, who would like to get back up there to see what he has for these guys. In fact, here's Moore right now, getting under the 5, but he can't get the power off the corner.
Boy, Lowell certainly does right there, Soup. Lowell does a good job of beating him down the straightaway. Oh, and Donnie's loose. He was loose coming out of 4. Almost loses it, but hangs on.
He does lose a spot to Jeff Sharp, though.
Donnie got to roll up those sleeves, get back to work.
Roll up those sleeves like Rapid Roy, that stock car boy. He's the best driver in the land. Say he learned to drive the stock car, but running shine out of Alabama. A little Jim Croce for you all there.
Oh, boy. Oh, our leaders, both of them having a little bit of trouble there. Philip Temples gets a piece of the wall. J.R. Shepard was loose off of 4, having to hang on to the car. These boys are digging.
Yeah, Temples, what is happening is Shepard is putting so much pressure on Temples. I'm going to give you a little strategy here. A little, we like the GSRC, the handbook says, put some drama into the event. What I think is going on right now, I think Shepard is pressuring so much pressure on Temples that if this were to go yellow again, in fact, let's go back to 4th position.
Oh,
Here's Sharp.
hang on. No. And battle for the lead here, Sue.
And is he going to get that done? No, the drive off from Temples right there. And let's go back. Sharp was able to. No, Donnie Moore is still stuck in 5th position. The point I was trying to make there, Sean, I think the front guys are using up their stuff. If we were to get a late yellow, I'm not so sure that the drivers back there in 3rd, 4th, or 5th might have more rubber, might have more car left.
Yeah, I see your point, but I think about the 2 guys that are in the lead right now, and the way they're both running. I mean, we know what J.R. Shepard's got, but the way Phil has been running here lately, I don't like my chances against him or J.R. if I'm behind him.
Donnie Moore gets around Lowell Jewell. Lowell Jewell drops back to 5th. Sharp running in 3rd, Donnie Moore in 4th. I don't know. When I hear the name Donnie Moore, put him in the hunt at the end of the race. Wouldn't be the worst place to put your money.
Yeah, well, listen, if he can get himself back up in 3rd here, we get a caution. He starts on the inside. So, you know, there's a shot. This race is far from over. We got 39 laps to go this time by. That's a lot of laps, actually. The more I think about that, 39, anything can happen in that time frame.
Typical warm night here in Florida. 85 degrees out, 86 degrees is the temperature on the track.
I'm sweating, if that means anything.
Well, relative humidity at 99%, so yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, but we're going to head over to the beach when we're done. We're going to go celebrate on the beach tonight. Man, JR just dead in his tracks. Like, you know, I wonder which one of these 2 is actually trying to save their equipment. Yeah, if you're Phil, can you save your equipment when you've got nothing but J.R. Shepard in your mirror there?
J.R. Shepard on Philip Temples, tighter than a new pair of shoes on a rainy day. Just cannot seem to get around him, though.
Boy, they've really, really stepped out on the rest of the field. 5 seconds out in front of Jeff Sharp now. But Donnie Moore back there battling to get that position away. Donnie looks to be maybe trying to take care of the car just a little bit, save a little bit for the late run. But Donnie now diamonding these corners off just a bit, trying to look for momentum on the high side and get around Jeff Sharp.
And look at this. If we look, I love that shot from our director. High onboard camera. You can see the gap between the front 2 cars and the next 2 cars.
Boy, and Donnie just lost a lot of ground there.
He got loose.
Jeff Sharp, yeah, he got loose. And again, Donnie's been a little inconsistent tonight. It's going to be tough to get a podium finish with the run he's been having so far.
Not much going on.
Oh, boy. Whoa, Philip Temples gets loose out of 4, Soup. Shepard almost gets into him. Shepard does a good job of getting out of the throttle.
And we haven't given much attention to the guys running a little farther back, but we're going to give some attention here to David Loomis pretty soon, because he's only about a straightaway away from these guys beginning to run him down. And this is really heating up for the lead now. Temple's working the top side now. Didn't get the car down. I wonder if he's thinking, let's see what he does here. Car not getting quite as low anymore. Look at this line, Sean. Let's see if he gets it down there as well. I guess that's about where they're doing. But look how JR can get the car down coming out of the corner.
Yeah. Our director made the very astute observation. Both of these cars look crazy loose. I think because they're getting crazy worn out here real quick, Soup. But with under 30 laps to go, I think they've got both cars on the limit, and they've been on the limit for about 72 laps now. I don't think anybody's saving anything at this point. David Loomis going into the pits there just in front of our leaders.
Oh, our leader's in the wall.
Phil's in the wall. Yep, Soup.
You pester, and you pester, but he's coming back. He was on the outside. Now he's trying. He stayed on the outside like the Flintstones cat. He tries to jump back inside, but can't get it done. New leader, J.R. Shepard.
All right, Phil's got to be patient here. Got to gather it back up, get back into his rhythm. Then worry about passing JR. He's still got time.
Well, we'll see what type of pace these guys have. It looks like Temples has pretty darn good pace and a great drive off of 2. Let's see if he forces the issue. He pits down inside. He's going to give him a little elbow, and he gets the pass done. You won't see that very often here, where a driver loses a lead and gets it back. Some great racing from Philip Temples with 25 laps to go. We'll take a look at that one again. Sean, he got down underneath, and this kind of just pushed his way through. That's some good racing.
It really is. And Phil's got something going on. I don't know what it is. We may have to tech that car in the evening. He's got some fuel additive or something. I don't know. But there's something strange is afoot at the Circle K. So
back a little farther, Sharp has left more behind, and Lowell Jewell racing in 5th. They are well separated.
Boy, Donnie really, really struggling tonight. That car it's a hot mess, Soup. By the way, Soup, we have a visitor in the chat that goes by Cup of Soup.
Cup of Soup?
Cup of Soup.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Cuppa, how you doing?
Stopping in for the 100th broadcast. Oh, J.R. Shepard really wicked loose off of 4th. All right, off of the 4th third. He gathers it up, though, as he has every time before that.
My mama wanted to name my brother Stew and my other brother Broth, but my dad put a stop to that one.
Oh.
Phil Temple's out in front.
Soup?
And Sean, what time is it?
Baby, it's time to boogie. Let's get this party started because we got 20 laps to go. Philip Temples is in command and J.R. Shepard wants it.
Look
JR.
At that. Yeah, look, Temples was not able to get around. Shepard got in front of him. They weren't able to pull around. If I didn't know better, I'd say they're in each other's draft, but I know that's not the case. Look at JR trying to find a way. Temple's out there racing smooth as dolphin skin right now, trying to be perfect.
He really is, and I mean, the car seems to brake a little bit better than JR, and I know, is right, but now JR's got a wheel in and backs out. And see that Phil looks like he's able to brake just a little bit deeper than JR is and keep the car under control.
And seems to be really good on like that next lane up, even though if he doesn't get to that inside, he seems to really get some good drive off, even though he doesn't get to the apex down there. Look at that, as he's not even coming close to the yellow line anymore that we saw these guys do earlier.
Wow. What a run by Phil Temples tonight. All night.
Yeah, good news is with the smaller field, we have a much better chance of staying under green all the way. Only one yellow so far.
Now they are coming up on Kurt Smith. Kurt probably just going to get out of the way. Let these guys keep racing. He knows what's at stake behind him here. Phil Temple's got 2 wins coming into tonight. It wouldn't be a bad deal to get his 3rd.
Nice way to close off the season. JR would like to finish on a high note. Has a pretty good run off of 2, but again, not going to happen. Now, Kurt Smith. Let's see if he spent a little time practicing. Oh, he's going to keep it down low. That's a good job. And he gets off the gas. Does not slow these guys up with 14 to go. 13 to go now. Sean, I think with the championship locked up and Philip Temples pretty secure in his point position right now, wouldn't be surprised if these guys maybe finish this race on their lid.
Well, you know, it's not JR's style to lay the horn to anybody. In fact, I can't remember the last time he actually had to move somebody out of the way. He generally does it on power. And I got a feeling he's going to make one last shot at getting this done. And I don't know that Phil would be so aggressive that he would do anything to end both of their races. It's probably going to be very hard fought right to the end here. But I don't know if it'll end up in both of them on their lid. We'll see. Anything can happen. 10 laps to go.
Man, it is a great battle for sure. Temple's out there running some hot laps like he's got some moonshine in the trunk and he's being chased by the government man there. J.R. Shepherd right behind him. They come across. 10 to go, 9 to go now.
The Lawrence Towing Outlaw Modified Series does not disappoint, and it's not disappointing this evening. Temples with a heck of a run. JR still digging back there, but Soup, more trouble for him out of 4. That's been his Achilles heel all night.
Sometimes the harder you try, the slower you go, and JR is trying to get everything out of that 98 machine that he can. Take a second. Sean, your tires go, wait, can you get them back a little bit? Can you heat them up and then take it easy? Do they come back to you? Or really, is the damage you put on them, that's all, you're going to hurt them and then they're going to stay that way?
Well, okay, so if you're leading, you don't have an opportunity to take a break because then it means the guy behind you is going to get around. If you're the guy behind you, JR, how are you going to catch that guy in front of you? You're taking it easy on the tires. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it, Sue?
Yeah, I think that old number 98 has given JR everything he could hope for. I don't think there's a lot left in there. Out there racing, hitting his marks, under control. Philip Temple with 5 laps to go.
Wow.
Oh no! He's in the wall and that opens the door, but Temples gets a little bit. Shepherd didn't get by him cleanly. That's going to allow Temples to fight back. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the ocean, the shark shows up. Philip Temples underneath on the high side now as he tries to do the dipsy-do, the hokey-dokey hucklebuck. He's trying to go underneath and he gets there. Gives him another little bump. That puts Shepherd up on the high side. What a great way to close out the season with 3 laps to go. Philip Temples back out in front. Shepherd had a taste of the lead. He could have held his breath longer than he held the lead, and now he's loose again. I think that's all she wrote. Philip Temples with 2 laps to go. We stay under green. The gap is insurmountable.
Oh, Donnie Moore has an incident. Donnie Moore and Brian Barden get into it on the backstretch. Sue brings out the caution.
We'll stay on this and we'll watch Philip Temples come around. It wasn't going to matter. It didn't have to finish under green for Temples to win this one, honestly. It was his to win it. He had, what a great race. Pass for the lead, pass back, come back, pass again. The season finale, 2017 spring season. goes to
Wow.
Philip Temples. J.R. Shepard comes in second. Jeff Sharp, Old Jewel, and Donnie Moore, your top 5. And you can hear the oohs and ahs from the two-dimensional crowd as the fireworks are up in the sky.
Who cares? There were only 8 cars. Let's take a look at the replay here on the last lap, though. It looks like it all unfolded coming out of turn 2. And you're going to see Donnie Moore on the inside, Brian Barden up top. Barden clips the wall. That's what happened. Barden clips the wall, and Donnie was right there, and they both get hooked up. That does bring out that final caution. Congratulations to Phil Temples, though. What a great race for him this evening, and that little bit there at the end, no problem with that. I think J.R. Shepard will be okay with that.
As we have done 99 times before, this is the 100th time. GSRC is going to go to break before we come back and run down the complete finishing order, do some driver interviews, and close up shop. Back in a few. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of they're calling it the 100. It is the Lawrence Towing Outlaw Modified Series powered by the Bootleg Racing League, and this is the 100 broadcast here on the GSRC. We're happy to be here. Let's run down your finishing order of tonight's broadcast, tonight's race. Philip Temples was your winner, but it wasn't easy for him as he came from fourth on the starting grid, had the lead, lost the lead, had the lead, lost the lead, and got it back. J.R. Shepard gonna come home in second position. Jeff Sharp gridded seventh, up 4 spots, come home in third. Lowell Jewell was up and down the list as he finishes in fourth.
All right, and fifth going to go to Donnie Moore. Tough break for him, man. He was leading this race, and he's going to have to settle for fifth tonight. Sixth going to go to Brian Barden. Of course, Donnie and Brian brought out that last caution. They get together on the backstretch. Kurt Smith going to finish seventh. David Loomis, the hard luck driver of the night. Soup, he starts on the front row and then winds up finishing eighth. Tough night for David Loomis.
Okay, we're lucky enough. We had him in the pre-race, and then we're going to be able to talk to him in the end of the broadcast as well, and that is Philip Temples. Sean, why don't you go ahead and talk to our winner here.
Phil, we already got to talk to you once tonight, and I'm so happy to get to talk to you again. You swept the evening, sir. Congratulations.
Man, that was a blast. That was one heck of a battle there in that modified race. That car was a blast to drive.
Boy, it was. Phil, what do you got working over there? What's going on? The program seems to have come far forward here in the last few weeks. You want to share any secrets right now?
No, I can't allude on anything we're doing over here. All top secret.
All right, I'll take that. Listen, congratulations. That is a big finish. And you know what? You've got a lot of momentum going into season 3. Please tell me you're going to be back to run season 3.
Oh yeah, I'll be back to running. I probably won't make all the races, but we'll be here running for wins, and we'll do the best we can.
Guess J.R. Shepard has been served notice, huh?
Yes, sir. He has just that tonight. I'd like to thank him for running me clean.
Yeah, well, hey, listen. In an evening where drama, we talked about it during the broadcast. We don't like to create any drama here, but sometimes we need to. There was no reason for that tonight. You and JR put on one heck of a show up there at the front of the field.
Oh yeah, we just kept changing lead after lead there. It just seemed like forever. He'd go by me, and I'd do the little crossover and get back by him. It was a blast, man. I had fun.
Well, Phil, congratulations. Good way to wrap up season 2. We'll see you next week.
All right, man, and I'd like to thank Lowell and Lawrence Towing.
All right, buddy. Well, we thank you, and that is Philip Temples. Big night for him here, but I'll tell you what, J.R. Shepard, we'll talk to him in a little bit. Jeff Sharp, we've got him here, Soup. Big night for Sharp with a podium finish.
Jeff, it's Soup here. I thought that if that yellow flag would have come 5 or 6 laps earlier, give you a chance to race with those guys. I think you had something for Temple and Shepard there. If the caution would have given you a chance to race with them.
It's possible. More possible is probably they would have taken each other out, and I could have won.
Some good racing going back in there, though, when you were battling with Jewell and Donnie Moore, though, back and forth with you guys all night long.
Yeah, that was some real fun racing. It was pretty slick out there.
Third place here today. What's your summer schedule like in real world here? You going to be able to see much of us here coming up in the next 11 races?
Yeah, this next season I should be a lot more available. This last season I missed some races, going to some real world races.
Well, it was a pleasure to watch you race tonight. Always a pleasure to have you on the track and in the booth with us. Congratulations on your third place finish tonight.
Thanks a lot, and thank you to Lowell and Lawrence Towing.
Jeff Sharp finishing third. All right, Sean, you've been here for most of these. Let's go ahead and bring in two-time champion and soon to be a little more than that, our second place finisher tonight, J.R. Shepard.
Oh, wow, JR. First, let's talk about second place. I want to talk about the battle between you and Phil Temple, especially in the closing laps. How do you feel right now? Everything's good between you and Philly, right?
Yeah, we always race hard. It was a lot of fun there, and I honestly was probably a little too nice tonight. Probably shouldn't have given him the inside getting into that corner, but that's part of racing, part of short track racing.
I'll tell you what, JR, it's always fun watching you, sir, and you just seem to have a knack for this SK Modified. Season 3 is coming up. You're going to get a chance again to defend your title as you are once again the Bootleg Racing League SK Modified Lawrence Towing SK Modified champion. Congratulations, sir. Not only do you get this championship, you get it in the trucks and in the street stocks. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. It's that's pretty cool, but in order to win one of these things, it's a lot of luck has to be on your side, and I mean, there's a lot of guys that missed races throughout this season, so it just made it a little bit easier. Maybe those guys will be back next season, and we'll have a battle up there.
Hey, JR, it's Soup here. I'm going through my notes when I talked to you last. I don't see him in here. Did I ask you this before? Do you do any of the official iRacing races in short track stuff?
Yeah, I do. I try to run a couple each week just to run the different tracks and even to work on some setups and get a little bit better at that. So a few a week.
Well, that's good. You certainly are dominating here, and man, it's been a pleasure to watch you race. It's something else.
I appreciate it, guys. It's been a lot of fun, and thanks to Lawrence Towing for being a partner with us, and to Lowell and Matt Hoos for everything that they do, so we can come out here and do this every weekend.
Well, JR, you know what? Again, it's so much fun watching you do what you do and apply your great racing skill to these SK Modifieds. It's a lot of fun. Continued success to you is my sincere hope. Season 3 right around the corner. What are your plans for Season 3?
It's during the summertime right now, so not really sure if I'm gonna miss some races or not. We'll try to make as many as we can and just come out and try to have fun. That's the main goal.
Have you run Myrtle Beach yet?
I haven't. So that's going to be an interesting addition to Season 3 for us, and I'll look forward to it. Should be some good short track racing.
That track, a real cheese grater on tires, 100 laps, going to be really, really tough at that joint.
That sounds fun to me, Sean.
JR, keep bringing the fun, buddy. We are some of your biggest fans over here, so congratulations. And anyone you want to give a quick shout out to before we let you go?
No, I appreciate it, guys. And again, thanks Lawrence Towing for being a great partner. And you guys do a great job up in the booth, so we really appreciate having you guys with us each week.
All right, JR. That is JR Shepard, your second place finisher tonight, number 1 in our hearts, and season-long champion here in Season 2, and also takes the championship in the street stock and truck divisions here on Saturday nights. Lowell Jewell has joined us. We just wanted to say hello real quick and get his thoughts about the upcoming Season 3 and maybe share an announcement with us about maybe some Grand Nationals coming in the fall.
Lowell, congratulations. 100 in the books. Pretty impressive.
How about that? 100. I was here for the first one.
You know what? Sean was telling me that I was here for the first one as well, so it's nice that I was able to bookend the 98 that were in between. What a great series. What's coming up? What do you got in store for us?
Well, the Grand National Series is coming back. It's going to be a winter series starting in October. We'll race on Friday nights. Looking forward to that one.
Now, Lowell, if memory serves, you're a Kentucky guy. What's the local short track next to you?
They're all covered with dirt. Florence and Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Is that where your love of this? Is that your passion? Is short track racing?
Yeah, I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and watching Emmett Hahn and all those guys run those mini sprints and this short tracks and rodeo arenas was what I grew up on. And I've lived in quite a few different places in the country, and I always seem to be attracted to the short tracks.
It is Americana. Sean, go ahead.
Ernie Brown's attracted to those short tracks too, isn't he, Lowell?
Yeah, yeah. He's probably at one right now.
he very well might be. Lowell, it's been another great season. I'm looking forward to season 3 because I know you've put South Carolina on the schedule, didn't you?
Yes, sir. We're going to the beach.
Going to the beach, and we're just asking JR about that. Said he hadn't put any laps in. You think anybody might make a little extra effort to go get some laps in at Myrtle Beach?
I did, and I can tell you everybody should. It's a little different.
Did you try to run 100 laps?
No, I didn't make it that far.
All right, because I know that surface there is pretty rough. If iRacing modeled it right, it's going to be a challenge to hold up for 100 laps at that one.
Awesome.
Lowell, thank you so much. The Bootleg Racing League and our affiliation with Lawrence Towing these past couple of years, it's been a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to a lot more.
Yeah, we are too. We appreciate everything that all of you have done. Soup and Chris and the lovely and talented Joe Peak. You guys do a great job, and look forward to another season.
All right, well, folks, that is Lowell Jewell, the brand poobah of things around here in the Bootleg Racing League. Him, along with Matt Hoos, do a tremendous job and bring you these races every week here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. Soup, I'm so happy you got to do this one, the Magic 100 with me tonight.
I'm editing my notes right now to make sure when I introduce Joe, he's coming in as the lovely, I forgot, oh darn it, I forgot, I'll have to replay the lovely and something for Joe there on that one. It was well said. Hey, now, let's go ahead and do our thanks here as we close up. Certainly with Lowell Jewell right there. We also have to thank our title sponsor, Lawrence Towing. They service Lawrence, Indiana, and neighboring communities. Remember, if you find yourself in need of a tow, Lawrence Towing is the way to go. Crackers?
All right, buddy, and we also want to thank the Virtual Grip Network. I don't have a song for them. It's a blog devoted to news for the world of iRacing at virtualgrip.net. You can stay up to date on what's happening at iRacing and keep up with the top World Championship Series, including the Blanc Bond GT Series, the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series, and the World Championship Grand Prix Series. Virtual Grip Network, iRacing news and reports. Find them at virtualgrip.net or on Facebook. Just type in Virtual Grip. They'll pop right up. Thanks to the Bootleg Racing League for organizing the Outlaw, the Lawrence Towing Outlaw Modified Series, and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. For more series information about the Bootleg Racing League, go to their glorious website at bootlegracingleague.com or go to Facebook and type in Bootleg Racing League. You will find them there as well.
And while this broadcast concludes GSRC's coverage of the 2017 winter season, actually the spring season, I guess, negotiations are underway between GSRC and the Bootleg officials for next season. We are confident, very, very confident, that GSRC will be back to bring you all that 2017 summer season action. For information about that and other things concerning GSRC, your best bet is globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel.
And Soup, we always want to thank the company's equipment and software that you see on the screen now that we use on our broadcast. The original music you've heard on today's broadcast is thanks to Eric Ekholm, Casey Lalonde, and you can get a hold of them by contacting them at their information on screen.
And finally, on behalf of the man whose voice you just heard, Sean Crackers Ambrose, our director, the lovely Joe Peak, our camera artist, Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank all of you out there for watching. And with that said and the housekeeping out of the way, we're off to have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.